Good evening. Good evening, and welcome back to the one Celtic fans view. Right, let's wait till the advert's finished, and then people can jump on. We should be live now. It should have all updated. The worst thing about software is it all decides we are live, and I'm just skip that. Right, so see how many people are in the house. There's only 12 in the house. Not expecting it to be a busy night. There's not much football action going around today, but Celtic in their wisdom decided to put out a little teaser as they do. They like the little teasers, don't they? They put out posts on social media, and it just said summer 2024. And I had Liam Scales and Cameron Carter Vickers with an Ireland flag and an American flag. And on Facebook, I had over 203 comments and 151 shares. And let's jump in and see what some of the comments are saying. Got to love some ND ticks. Seeing Celtic, my favourite college stadium, would be amazing. This is amazing news. A lot of Americans will be loving this fact. Washington Monument on the left. Hope that means a game in the Audi Field. Nashville, University of North Carolina on the right, and University of Notre Dame in the middle. It's about time that the money spent will bring in players. The money spent by and generated by the club should be spent on the team. DC or Carolina for sure, probably both. The fact is, the boys Celtic are going to America. They are going to America, and it's going to be a fantastic occasion for all Celtic fans. And they're going to Ireland. It looks like they're going to be going back to Ireland. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. Yes, and it's not over. It's not over for me. We're going out as soon as I finish this. St. Patrick's Day has not finished. Lots going on still here. So yeah, looks like Celtic are going back to Ireland. It looks like they're probably going back to Dublin. Some of the comments said that they should be playing in Dublin every year. The fact is, there's a lot more people support Liverpool in Dublin now than there is Celtic, and that's a sad fact. I mean, we've seen it the last time that we went. It must have been about 2016 or something, wasn't it? When we went to Dublin, and there was more Liverpool fans than there were Celtic fans at that game. So it's just unfortunate that times have changed and more people from Ireland support teams from the English Premiership. It's just a fact. So anyway, so Celtic have come up with that tonight. Some more of the comments for the 100th time. He's English. It says Bent. Come to Los Angeles, Chapel Hills. What cities in the United States? There's a lot of American. I mean, there's a big support in America for Celtic, and it'll be a good tournament. Whatever they do, Celtic going away on these little soirees. John the truck driver is £2. Go get a sell of Guinness on me. It's £3.50 for a Guinness here, John. It's £3.50, not £2. Where'd you get a Guinness for £2? Anyway, thank you very much. Top of the ball to you, as they say. I'm sure it's an American tour. Well, it's going to be. We'll wait and see San Francisco. I see you just deleted that. But whatever it is, Celtic are going to have a game in Ireland, and they'll probably have 2 or 3 games in America. Over the past couple of seasons, pre-seasons haven't been the best. There was the tour of Japan that was pretty hard for Celtic fans to get to, but that was all done under the guise of the previous manager, and we were all meant to be on there. It was a homecoming and all this nonsense, and Ange went and left. So, Man United just won 4-3. Woohoo! No idea that was what the score was. I had no idea. I've been out all day. Happy party. I've been out all day, so I had no idea. Get a half pint of Guinness. Yeah, I'll get a half pint of Guinness. €2, get me a half pint of Guinness. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Anyway, more Celtic news this evening. After that major announcement that got Celtic fans worldwide excited. The fact that it'll be easy to go to an away game in Dublin. People in America, it'll be a fantastic chance for them to see the Celtic team up close. Wonder if he'll play Beckham's team. I wonder if Celtic will play Beckham's team. And I wonder what superstars Beckham's team. Oh, there's another one. San Fran Celtic, $10. There we go. San Fran Celtic's coming in with $10. That'll get us quite a few Guinness tonight, even though we don't get it tonight. We get it when they get it paid next month. But thank you for that, San Fran Celtic. Getting back to it, is it a good thing that Celtic are going to America? Coming to America. Get all the songs coming out now, won't you? I think it's fantastic, and I think that if we can go there and show the fans, and it is all about just getting to as many fans as you want as Celtic can. Will Celtic play Beckham's team and some of the superstars that he's taken over to America? Well, we just need to wait and see. And who will we play in Dublin? This is the thing. Who will we play in Dublin? You can guarantee that will be a top flight English team. It'll be a top flight English team that will play. Will it be Liverpool again? And again, will it be Manchester United? It'll be someone like that. It could be Arsenal. You never know. It could be Tottenham Hotspur. There's a thought. Tottenham Hotspur in Dublin. Oh my God. Would that be... Is there a lot of Spurs fans in Dublin? You certainly couldn't bring Spurs up to get a full Guinness on me for the Republic of Freedom, Fairland. Get in there. John, the truck driving lunatic, has come up with £5 to get a full pint. What a man. What an absolute legend. And so is San Fran Celtic. The fact is, Celtic do these pre-season tours, and it's always good to get the dates in early so that people... I mean, I know guys that will go to the game in Dublin. I know guys that will run buses from all over Scotland, and there'll probably be a few for down south that will go to a game in Dublin. Absolutely. They'll follow them everywhere. Will people go to America? Of course, you'll get the likes of Paul the Tim and a few others that will head over to America. They'll be jumping at the bit. But will a lot of Celtic fans get into America? Well, you never know. The Americans are funny about letting people in, aren't they? 26 years, I've seen one on Jersey in paradise. San Fran Celtic, I stay in a part of Spain where it is very rare. You have to go up to Benidorm to see a Rangers stop, to be honest. I think I've seen, in the 4 years that I've stayed here, I think I've seen one Rangers stop in 4 years, which is fantastic. If you go up to Benidorm, you're always going to get them up there because that's a wee Brit enclave up there. Down this end of the country, well, it's all Irish. It's all Irish down here. It's all Irish. Big, massive population of Irish down here. Shamrock Rovers in Dublin, says Paul Baird. Oh, jeez. Is Johnny Kenny still with him? He'll still be with him, wouldn't he? Anyway, Celtic have also, it has been reported, set their sights on a rising talent from across the pond. It's funny how this is all coming out in the same day. It's all coming out in the same day that Celtic have been linked with a 15-year-old Nigerian player. Plays for San Antonio. So if anybody in America knows anything about the club San Antonio, I have no idea. But it's been kicking about. The story's been doing the rounds today. That Celtic are after this player. Celtic, have you got to remember that I think this will be the year that Celtic starts stepping up everything when it comes to the youth policy, because they're not going to spend 20 million on this training centre and everything that's going to go with it, the pitches, and not up the game when it comes to getting the best youth from around the globe. And, not only from around the globe, but the best youth from in and around the country. Celtic will need to make this academy. They need to get a return on their investment for this 20 million that they're spending on the academy. So Celtic will go out and get some good money and bring in some good youth players from around the world. So maybe this is just the start of it, getting this Nigerian player, a young Nigerian guy. And there's another story. That is going around today. I'm not too sure about this one. It comes from Inside Football, German publication. And Celtic have their eye on a 21. No, it's not German, is it? Is it not Dutch or something? I can't remember. Celtic have their eye on a 28-year-old with an expiring contract. It looks like we've been looking at a Dutch goalkeeper in the shape of this 28-year-old goalkeeper. We do look for a new number one, but I'm not even going to try and say this name. Viesen. That will never be him. It's all speculation. I'm not even going to start talking about speculation on goalkeepers until Joe Hart is at the door. There's no use even speaking about it because you know what Celtic will do. Joe Hart will leave the last game of the season. He'll wave his goodbyes, and Celtic will take the majority of the bloody summer to try and get a goalkeeper in. Hopefully, we can get a goalkeeper in early. Will it be this 28-year-old goalkeeper? Well, he's out of contract. Is that the way that's? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe we're going to bring him in as a number three, number two, number three. Got to remember, there's every chance that Celtic are going to require two goalkeepers this summer, especially since the one and only Joe Hart is leaving Celtic. The fact that Joe Hart is leaving Celtic, will it be the fact that Benji Siegrist, you've got to remember, Benji Siegrist was halfway out the door in the last transfer window. He was halfway at the door of the last transfer window. So will he leave Celtic in the summer? If we do, and if he does, it means we'll need two goalkeepers. So you can see why Celtic have been linked with this 28-year-old goalkeeper from Holland that is out of contract. If we need to get another goalkeeper in, you get someone like that in. Someone that's going to push the one and only Scott Bain. Scott Bain. Yeah, as I said about Scott Bain, the better. So yeah, we have been linked with this 28-year-old Dutch goalkeeper, but we're going to get linked with lots of goalkeepers. He's made 22 appearances over the course of the season, and he's only kept 4 clean sheets. It's not a first-choice goalkeeper, is it? That's not, for me, that's not a first-choice goalkeeper. He's only kept 4 clean sheets. That's a backup keeper at best. That's a backup keeper, which suggests to me that Benji Siegrist, it looks like he still might be on his way out the door at Celtic. So Joe Hart leaves and Mickey Mouse takes over, says Tam Mack. Bernard Buckley. No. Barry Lawless. How bad? I think we stay at the top now. What do you think? Happy St. Patrick's Day, says Barry Lawless. Well, we stay top of the league. We're there for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be interesting because after their game get postponed today, it does one thing. It does one thing. It makes sure that they can't spoil our St. Patrick's Day, and it's not ended yet. It's not ended yet, so it's going to be fantastic finish to the evening for me because we are going to just shortly. Will we stay there to the finish? I think there's still hopefully. It depends. You never know. I'm not going to commit myself to anything because the way that we've been playing just now, it's so up and down. Hopefully, players come back. Brendan came out and said yesterday after the game that we will have a bounce game. We'll have a bounce game next week for the players that are coming back from injury. So that's a good way to get the people up to speed, i.e. Dyson. And he's doing fine. Rio Hitati's coming back. So we need to get him game time. For the running. So anyway, do you think still we'll go for the Real Madrid keeper? Nope. No, John, not a chance. Not a chance we'll go for the Real Madrid keeper. The elusive goalkeeper, says Carly. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, there's a lot of Celtic publications running with a story. It is a story that is coming out of a Dutch newspaper. When you open the Dutch newspaper, why is Dutch such a free gratis? I'm bugger off. Come on, translate to English. You damn. Nobody speaks Dutch. It's one of the weirdest. I've got a lot of Dutch friends, but it's weird. The language is just weird. No, it's not translating it into English. Absolute pain in the ass. But anyway, Celtic have been linked with this goalkeeper that is out of contract, and he's 28-year-old. So it could be a fact that we might be needing two goalkeepers. Anyway, what other Celtic news is kicking around? There's not much because obviously everything was spoke about yesterday. I mean, Kuhn, can we talk about Kuhn? He's having a little good running. I think he's going to be a player that's one to watch. And I did say that. I said that in this morning's video. The girls have just beaten the Sevco 2-1. 2-1. Evening Baz here. It's a Danish keeper at Leicester City for 6 million. Greg, we're going to get linked with absolutely everybody. Chubble says, I can't believe that Seagrass didn't get a chance to. To what? Seagrass not getting a chance at Celtic. I mean, hope Brendan leaves along with Joe, says Paul. That's one thing, Paul. You have been consistent. You do have that consistency. You've got that consistency that people need to do well in life, and you've got that definitely. Like, we need to give a big shout out to John, the truck driving god, who's given us some cash, good old cash. Get a shout out and get us a pint in San Fran Celtic. Oh, I tell you one thing. Would you go to America if money was no option? If money was no option, would you go to America? So would you go to America to see Celtic, San Fran Celtic? You see, that's Lionel's bio sheet. What? That's Lionel's bio. Yeah, we're supposed to officiate the Dundee game. Snodge. Oh, geez. What's the keeper's clean sheet record to do with? It's a team. Well, if his record that isn't that good for clean sheets. I mean, Joe Hart over the season probably has a good record for clean sheets. So I'd say it's quite a lot to do for it. I mean, if he's not making good saves, you're going to rate him as a good keeper? I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just reading what it says in a lot of the articles, and this one was translated from Dutch. Anyway, could be. I've got tatty scones in the freezer. We better make them for Monday. Jesus, it all went downhill. Goes downhill. Kelly have just conceded 4 today. 2 clean sheets, but have to spend. I don't think we're going to. There's not a chance are we going to spend 15 million on him. So he conceded 4 today. He was in goals for Liverpool, was he? What was the score? 4-3 or something. Somebody said. I'm not interested. I've been out all day. Right. So we've done that one. The goalkeeper. 22 appearances, keeping only 4 clean sheets. He's out of contract. So there you go. Is he a good keeper that he's out of contract and they're letting him go? Tell me that one. Because we've got goalkeepers kicking around and we never let them go. So I think the fact that he's going out of contract, I don't think that it's the goalkeeper that Celtic should be going with. We want to go for a goalkeeper that's surely got a bit of European experience. Surely, if you want a new goalkeeper at Celtic, you're wanting somebody that's played in a European league or that's been just a little bit successful. Surely, I mean, we spent £4.5 million on a goalkeeper and paid him his wages, and then let him go for absolutely nothing. We cannot make that same mistake again. We've got Joe Hart at the tail end of his career. He's came into Celtic. He's had a 3-year deal. And he's went, yeah, right, okay, I'll do that. I'll come and play. I'm not moving my family and that'll go up, but we'll wait and see. He said, and then when he got to the end of the 3 years, he's like, "Now I'm going to hang up my boots." What a better way to go out rather than go to another team and you don't play as good. And if you want, I can understand why Joe Hart's retiring after playing in the Champions League. He's won some medals up here, and he's going to go out hopefully on a high. So we need to get a goalkeeper of a similar standard but younger, or better standard but younger. Somebody that's only had 4 clean sheets and not played at top level, that's not the guy for me. Maybe he is just coming in as that number 3 goalkeeper that we need. Because let's face it, Benji Seagrass could be on his way out of Celtic. And then there's a report that Celtic are going to bring in a young 15-year-old as they embark on the new training ground at Barrowfield. Celtic are keen to bring in raw talent into the country. That'll be interesting. So anyway, let's get back to the announcement. Celtic stirred the emotions of the fans today by putting on Facebook and Twitter and all the other platforms. They just put out a picture. Put out a picture with an arrow and soon, which means tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning is Celtic's favourite time to put out little teasers like that. So it's all about maintaining the headlines as we go into the international break. Celtic need to do the utmost to make sure that they have control and they have the narrative of the media. It was played into their hands today when Rangers' game against Dundee was postponed, which means Celtic are still top of the league. Looking down on the Rangers as we head into the international break for a week or so, and to make sure that they own the narrative in the media, they put out the teaser, and it was all planned. No matter what the score would have been today, if the Celtic Rangers game, if the the Dundee Rangers game went ahead, Celtic were always in the mindset of them and the media team to make sure that they own the narrative going into this lull period where nobody really talks about domestic football. And they wanted to make sure they owned the narrative and that we're talking about, and it was getting spoken about for days to come. Celtic will announce tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I reckon it's always 8 o'clock that they put these things out, back 8 in the morning. They'll give details of the Summer Tour 2024. Homecoming for Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales. A homecoming for him, going back to Ireland. Will those two still be the mainstay of the defence going into next season? Who will these? Baz, how much would Benji... I would keep Benji. Would you keep Benji Siegrist? I don't know. I'm not too sure. Why is he not forcing his way into... Why is he not forcing his way better than Scott Bain? I mean, he's bound to be better. Is he better than Scott Bain? If he's not better than Scott Bain, yeah, you need to get rid of him. It's as simple as that. It's taking up a wage. Bring in someone. Why are we not bringing in young Toby? If we're talking about a third choice goalkeeper, we've got a young goalkeeper that's out on loan at the moment, and we should be bringing him in as the number 3 goalkeeper. We need to bring in a top class quality number 1, and then it's someone to fight it out with Scott Bain. If we're not going to pay some good wages and get someone in to fight it with Scott Bain, we need to bring through one of the youth keepers. And young Toby's been out on loan. So for me, get him into the squad, if that's what it takes. What a wee shame all the ones halfway to Dundee today. Halfway to Dundee, some of them were sitting outside the ground. They were sitting outside the ground at the time. And on that note, Huntiers. Worth every bit. And he said, as how we greeting their eyes out and govern unboxed. Benji is far better than Bain. But we don't know this. We don't know this because Benji Siegrist, you would kind of hope that the keepers would get a run in the cup. Now, this season we were put out the cup that they usually get a run in. We were put out at the first hurdle at a time we were only 2 games into the season or something, and we get put out by Kilmarnock. I signed the Motherwell keeper, even though he's played for them. Kyogo. Gordon Crouch says it's hard not to get a better keeper than Bain. Surely Xander Clark is better than Bain. But would Xander Clark come here to sit on the bench? Do you know, it's a tough thing for a goalkeeper. I mean, if you're number 1 at a club, and then okay, you've got the chance to come to Celtic. You've got the chance to come to Celtic and get a game. It's going to be hard. If Celtic go out and spend 8-9 million on a first class goalkeeper, who's going to come and sit? Who's going to come and sit on the bench? Realistically, if you're not going to get a first choice goalkeeper, going to leave his team to come and sit on the bench. There's not many keepers like Scott Bain that's happy sitting on the bench. There's not many players. Full stop. Look at how many players that we've lost over the last couple of seasons that weren't happy sitting on the bench. If that's any other position of the park, the fans are shouting out to get rid of him. He's taking up a wage. Nobody's shouting to get rid of Scott Bain. No one's shouting to get rid of Scott Bain because he's the number 2 goalkeeper. It doesn't matter. He's just a goalkeeper. You know what I mean? Third choice goalkeeper. Well, he should be better than and it's like, well, they're taking up wages. You need to change it over. You need to get that bit of competition. Benji Siegrist is obviously doing something in training that is not impressing the manager because he can't get past Scott Bain. He's never been on the bench once. Tell me the last time that Benji Siegrist was on the bench for Celtic. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Kyogo's looking good again. Yes, Kyogo is looking good again. Sign Butland just for the crack. They wouldn't sell him to us. They wouldn't sell him. That'd be funny as well. And there's the hand of God. The hand of God is making noise that it's 6:30. Means I've got to get ready to go soon. Woohoo. Kyogo's looking good again. Yes, he is. Yes. Well, I've seen it. Top of the league, look down on the Sevco, St. Paddy's Day. Like, come on, tell me in the comments before we head off. When was the last time that Benji Siegrist was on the bench? Because I can't think. We've never seen him on the bench. We've never seen him on the bench for 15 million for Ida and Gunn from Norwich City. How well is Gunn playing for Norwich City? Are you going on the basis of his Scotland performances? Because if you're going on the basis of his Scotland performances, you've got to remember sometimes Scotland under Stevie Clark play 5 at the back. So that kind of helps him. Celtic, when we're rushing up the pitch, the keeper's could be sitting around doing nothing. And then as we see, sometimes the ball comes in. Gunn's a good shout. But if Gunn comes in then, right, do we sell Bain? Do we sell Scott Bain and then get... Either way, we're going to have to try and get in 2 good keepers. But you never know. Baz Siegrist was warming up with Bain and Hart before the Bucky game. Looked good even in the warm-up. The Bucky, he didn't make the bench, though. I think he just goes along for the party. Enjoy St. Patrick's Day, Baz. Yes, I will do. The Huns are raging. It was still top for the next couple of weeks. Good. And right, we've got to give a big shout out to a couple of people before we leave this evening. John, the truck driving god, and paid a donation to the channel to get myself a Guinness, and San Fran Celtic. San Fran Celtic paid $10, all because Celtic are heading to the US of A this summer. Look out for Celtic. They'll come out with something at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's out before the time I record the video for the morning news. And then we'll be able to get that announcement out first thing to use on YouTube. Obviously, you'll get it out on all the social media channels, but it'll be a good something to talk about first thing in the morning. Anyway, and then we're also going to Ireland. So I wonder what games will come first. So the games in America are surely going to come first. They'll come first, and then there'll be a game with an English team. And I've got a funny feeling, got a little bit of a funny feeling, it might be Tottenham Hotspur. And on that note, we'll have to wait until tomorrow morning. What do you think about that? Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs have been talking about it. Spurs fan sites have been talking about it. There's a rumour going around down in London, good old London town, that Celtic were to play Tottenham this summer. That would be an interesting one if they were to play Tottenham in Ireland. Oof. Right. There's not a lot going on. There's been 472 people have watched the live this evening so far, which is fantastic on a Sunday evening. Just had beef tacos. Enough. A wee talk for the journey. There you go. Who really cares? Says Bain would have a heart attack if he was put up for sale. He would definitely have to earn his money anyway. Anyway, I prefer Celtic to spend 5-6 million on the Aberdeen guy and not crap from Norwich or a third striker. Spurs are not welcome, says Paul Baird. Spurs fans will love our Palestine flags. They will do that. And anyway, right, that is me. I'm done and dusted for this evening. I'm going to get ready for the rest of our St. Patrick's Day's night. And on that note, have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans all around.